All right, we're going to start our structured warm-up. If you don't know our structured warm-up, you're going to learn it. It's the single most important thing that we do. We do it in all of our training groups, all the way from 250 all the way up to 450. And can I just jump in here for, or sorry, Margaret, your name tag's falling off on your shoulder. All right, so our first 10 are in what we call the V. That means directly towards our body. Generally, we're going to take these with a backhand. Right, so we do 10, that's 10 attempts, that's 3, 4, oops, went into the net, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, another one went into the net, that's okay, that was 10. So they count even if they don't go over the net. We're going to just do 10. So you can hop in here, Margaret. We're going to do 10 right in the middle with Gary. Forehand or backhand doesn't really matter. Aim for the dot. Oh, hit the dot. Good job. Awesome. Okay, so 10 attempts, not 10 successful. As always, this is our height marker. We want all of our balls to be crossing the net below the height of the height marker. Doesn't do us any good if our dinks are crossing the net up here. Really, realistically, we want our balls to be, for dinking, within 3 balls of the net, so half of this distance. But if you guys are able to do it from here down, that's fine with me as well. Okay, just step aside for a second, Margaret. Okay, so we've done in the middle. Now we're going to do one side of our body. So we're going to do, well, we'll start on this side. So it'll be my backhand, Gary's forehand. So Gary's going to be this side of my dot, and I'm going to be the same side of that dot for him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. And we tried to keep all of our shots down below that height marker. There you go. So 10 of those. Good, that should be 10. God. Now we're going to do the other side. So same thing. Keep it low. Just this side of the dot, not way out here. Try and keep it beside the dot. And 10 on that side. Yep. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go 10 diagonal. So from Gary's forehand to Margaret's forehand. So you're going to be landing just beside the dot, and you're going to be trying to land just beside the dot. And same with you guys. All right, now we're other diagonal. So backhand to backhand, everybody here is right-handed. So just beside the dot. Sounds good. You hit the noodle, you win practice. All right, I'm just going to pop in here for a second, Margaret. Okay, so this is the difficult one. This is the one you're still going to be struggling with when you get to the 450 level. It's called the figure 8. So he hits straight, then I go diagonal, straight, diagonal, straight, diagonal. So he's hitting straight to either side of my body. I'm hitting diagonal to either side of his dot. So you want to land just beside the dot. You don't want to be hitting it way out here, way out here. You want to land just beside the dot. So you can go straight, I go crooked, oh yeah, then straight, that's okay, then straight, awesome, then I go diagonal, straight, diagonal, straight, diagonal, straight, diagonal, just like that. So a total of 10. Yeah. Good. That's 10. Okay, now reverse. So now you guys are going to be the angles, and you guys are going to be the straights. Good. Good. That's about 10. That's good. Okay. So it's really important that we stop at 10 because we don't want warm-up to go forever. When there's 4 people, it doesn't matter so much. But when this gym's full of 12 people and we're all trying to get through a warm-up, it's really important that everybody stick to 10, right? Because we don't want our warm-ups to be 25 minutes. We want them to be 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So now we're going to go to the long diagonals. So we're going to have Gary and Janice rotate, change positions. So now Gary's going to be doing a long diagonal with Margaret, and Jane's going to be doing one with Janice. Jane and Janice are going to be backhand to backhand. You guys are going to be forehand to forehand, right? So your long diagonal means you're trying to hit to this side of Margaret's dot, and Margaret's trying to hit to the paddle side of your dot, right? And you guys are trying to go from the backhand side of your dot to the backhand side of your dot. Again, we're not going way out to the sidelines, just beside the dot. Awesome. Margaret did this with me last weekend. So now we're going to have everybody switch with the person beside you. And no, just stay. We're not rotating. We're just switching. So switch, switch. There we go. And now you guys are going to do backhand. And now you two are going to do forehand. Okay, awesome. Let's pause for a second. We're going to redo that one. Remember that we're just dinking here, so the paddle should never come behind us. It should always stay in front of us because we're hitting in a very short distance. We don't need a backswing. So just keep the paddle in front of you where you can see it and just push it rather than diagonal. Let's try it again. Good. That was awesome. Okay, the beauty of this pattern. So when I introduced this by saying we're going to learn the structured warm-up today, and I said it's the most important thing we do, and you're going to do it all the way from the 250 level up to the 450 level, is because we don't just do it for dinking. We do it for drives, we do it for volleys, and we do it for drops. This pattern that we just did, we apply to everything. The only thing that changes is the pace that we do it at and the difficulty of the shots and the amount of spin we put on things. As you advance up, it gets tougher to do. Right now, we're just learning the basics. Okay, so we're going to take our dots now, and we're going to pull them back to halfway between the red line and the white line. Halfway between the red line and the white line. Yeah, the red line and the white line. So here's the red, here's the white. There you go, exactly. Yeah, that's good. Right. Yeah, there you go. Halfway this way, between this red line and this white line. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do exactly the same thing from a much bigger distance. We're still dinking in the sense that we don't need a backswing. We should be able to get the ball all the way there without a backswing, right? So what was the first thing we did? We did it in the V, right? Do you remember we did that in the V? Yep. So we're going to do it from here with the V. So remember to stay back from your dot because that's about where the ball's going to be bouncing, and everybody's going to be aiming for the dot. So go ahead and do 10 in the V. 10 in the V. Yeah, you got a new partner now. That's perfect. 3. Keep going, Janice. Go ahead, Janice. Good. Okay, just 10. That's good. All right. Now we're going to do down one side. So pick a side with your partner. Which side do you want to do it down? You want to do it down this side? Okay, that's fine. Good. Awesome. Now do the other side. Awesome. A little bit tougher at this distance, isn't it? Okay. Now we're going to do the first diagonal. Your name tag fell off again, Margaret. Let's just get rid of that thing. It's not sticking to your clothes. I'll get rid of it. Okay, that'll work. All right, so 10, pick a diagonal with your partner and do the first diagonal now. Remember, diagonal, forehand to forehand? Yep. Yeah, exactly. And then straight? Well, no, we're just doing the diagonal right now. So, yep, just the one diagonal. So remember, you're aiming for, no, just the short diagonal with your partner. And remember, you're aiming for just beside the dot. Good. All right, let's make it a little easier. Pull the dots into the red line, please. Just into the red line. All right, let's try this distance. Now we're going to do the other diagonal. The other diagonal. I get hit all the time. I'm not worried. That's good. So that's 10. That's good. Awesome. So 2 weeks ago, I got hit by a ball in the face and a ball in the left leg simultaneously from 2 different directions. It happens. All right. So we've done our 2 diagonals now. Did we do both diagonals? Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to do the dreaded figure 8. You guys are going to start off as straights. You guys are going to start off as crosses. You're going to struggle with this. That's fine. That's how we learn. It's through struggle. Right? Okay. Let's do. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to switch. So you guys are going to be angles. You guys are going to be straights. So, yep. Awesome. Now, you two are going to change positions. Okay, now we're going to do the long diagonal. Yeah, the long diagonal. Aim for the just beside your dot. Oh. Excellent. Now everybody changes with the partner beside them. Yep, and we do the long diagonals the other way. Perfect. Go ahead, long diagonals. Wrong person. Excellent. Oops. I thought you were done. You fooled me. All right, everybody come in so you can hear me, please. Okay, so that's our structured warm-up twice. After our structured warm-up, I usually have you do the thing we're going to be focusing on today. So I can take about 10 minutes to assess what I'm seeing in front of me. And as I do the assessment, I try and figure out what one thing I can work on with each of you today that will help you improve. I only pick one thing a day. Sometimes I add a second, right? But I usually pick one thing, and I pick what I think is the most important thing to work with you on that day. If at the end of that day you've mastered it, you come back the next time we do drives. Today, for example, we're doing drives. And I see in the assessment period that the last thing that we worked on is stuck, like you're sticking, you've got it, then I'll pick another thing. But if you come back the next time and that thing is still an issue, we may do that same thing again. And I'll continue working on the most important thing with you until you get that most important thing fixed. And then I'll move on to the next most important, right? Some people are here almost every day. Some of my 300, 350, or 350, 400 students are here almost every day. So I can see them make really fast improvement over 3 months. But some players I only see once a month. So players I only see once a month, we often end up working on the same thing over and over again for several months. That's fine. Everybody wants to get better. I'm here to help you get better, and I will help you work on what I think is the most important thing. So I'm not nagging you. It's just the most important thing I see. So we're going to do that assessment period now. Today we're working on drives. Specifically, we're going to work on backhand today. So we're going to have you hit now with backhand back and forth. Have you two been partners yet? Okay, so get you two across the net from each other, you two across the net from each other. We're just going to go dot to dot on the backhand side, nice and easy drives. So, yep. So Jane and Margaret are going to go backhand to backhand, dot to dot. Jane and Margaret. And Gary and Janice are going to go backhand to backhand, dot to dot. This is not a competition. You're also learning how to feed, which means that you want to give your partner a friendly ball. A friendly ball is a ball that lands before the dot, not past it, and as close to the dot as possible. Okay, so you're working on your feeding and you're working on your projection. Backhands, yep. So we try to go backhand to backhand. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, so Margaret's going to be our anchor. Everybody's going to rotate one position around Margaret. So Margaret's going to stay there. Everybody's going to rotate one position around Margaret, and now you're going to do the same thing with your new partner. Backhand to backhand. All right, pause for 1 second. Awesome. Pause just for 1 second. All right, so remember in your feeding, I don't want you hitting past the dots. I want you to try and hit the dot or be a little bit short of the dot. When you hit past the dot, you're forcing your partner to back up. So they can't really work on their stroke if they're being forced to back up all the time, right? So try, make a very deliberate effort not to overshoot your dot. Okay, let's continue. All right, let's do one more rotation around Margaret. Margaret can stay where she is. Everybody rotate one more position. All right, we'll go for about another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to have a water break and a conversation. Go ahead. Backhand to backhand. All right, let's put the balls in the hopper, do a pickup. I think I got everything except the ones. Yeah, there we go. We're going to go have a drink, a rest, a conversation, and then we'll come back for the learning half hour. So, Margaret, we don't allow water bottles in the gym, so we'll just leave it in there. Oh, no worries. In the pickleball room, that's what we do. That's all right. Yeah, I understand. Okay, while we're sipping, let's talk a little bit. First of all, let's start with any questions you may have. Questions about play here, about pickleball in general, about what we're doing today.
When you start getting too high, how do you bring it back down when it gets returned to you? Like, is it just moving the racket?
So path, angle, speed. Those are the three things you always have to think about your paddle.
Yeah.
What is your racket path, right? So if you're hitting it up, if you're hitting up in the air, that's going to cause the ball to go high.
Yeah.
If you're not doing that, then it has to be something about your angle or your speed. If you're not overhitting your dot, then it's not your speed. So if your path is good and your speed is good and it's still going up in the air, it has to be the angle of your paddle face.
So when it comes at you high, that's where I find it hard to get it down. Right?
So you're talking about turning a vertical ball into a horizontal ball. The hardest thing to do in any racket sport, except badminton because it's got feathers, but any ball sport, okay? So when you're getting a vertical ball, you return it vertically. You never try to turn a vertical ball into a horizontal ball. That's just death, right? Comes down at you vertically, return it vertically. So if you're getting a high ball, you want to return it.
Back and forth, high ball.
Yeah, and moon ball happens. And the first person that tries to turn it horizontal usually hits it out or into the net, right? So you just got to be patient. One of the first things I teach my ladies about lobs is when somebody lobs you, and don't try and turn it into a vertical ball. If you can't hit it down vertically, then don't try and hit it straight, hit it back up. So anyway, we'll deal with that in the lobs class. Yep. Good question. Any other questions? Okay. I want to talk about the proper mix between training and playing. I want to spend a couple minutes on this. This comes up a lot. If you're in the development phase, if you're trying to improve, if it's not a 50-50 ratio, your training should be a little bit above your playing, but you don't want to be 100% training, right? You want to get some playing in too. So with these classes, I divide them into 3 half-hour segments. The first hour is warm-up and assessment. The second half hour is learning something. We're actually going to learn something. And then the third, I pick a game situation, or sometimes we'll just play a game to get some games in. That's important because it maintains the balance of what we're doing. You need to get some play in. Play is divided into unstructured kind of random partner drop-in stuff and some partner stuff. If you want to get better at the game of pickleball, you need to play pairs at some point. That means you need to have a regular partner that you play with, and you learn to play as a team. Because when you're playing random partner doubles, you're the Who out there. You're not the Beatles, right? The Who were 4 independent musicians doing their own thing. The Beatles were a band. You want to be the Beatles in pickleball, right? You want to play as a team. In order to do that, you need to get some pairs play in. Now, about pairs. People think that pairs is, I have to have one part, it's like monogamous marriage. I have to have one partner for life. You are not Canada geese. That's not how it works in pickleball. People pair up for events. And then the next event, they may pair up with somebody else. And the next event, they may pair up. Very few people go to every tournament or every doubles league with the same partner. They pair up for an event. They pair up for a tournament. The next tournament, they might have a completely different partner. But you do want to pair up, and working together within our system here gives everybody kind of the same tactical approach. Like our groups all play respect the X for covering the middle. Everybody understands what that means. So you're at least playing with a partner who understands what respect the X means, right? And there's other defensive little systems that we have. So I would like you to play some random partner doubles for sure, right? You got to that's where you work on your own stuff. But think about getting involved in pairs in some way as well, because you want to learn how to play as a team. Work on your individual skill and work on your team play. Does that make sense? Everybody understand that? Okay, we're going to go in the room now. We're going to work on backhand to backhand. Every once in a while, it comes together nicely, like it did this morning in doing my assessment. Everybody had the same major issue. Gary figured it out towards the end of that assessment, but everybody has the same major issue. Everybody's standing forward when they're hitting a backhand, right? And you're probably doing that because I told you no backswing, right? Right? So let's talk. Can I borrow your paddle for a second? Let's talk about backswing. Okay, this is no backswing, but this is not how you hit a backhand. You turn sideways to hit a backhand. Now, when I say no backswing, you probably think I mean you have to hit like this. You don't. A backswing is when you reach back behind your body on the backhand. That's a backswing. Turning sideways and starting with the racket in front of you and swinging to here, I don't consider this a backswing. Because the racket, your hand, is not actually going behind your body. This would be a backswing, right? So when you're receiving a ball on the backhand side, you need to turn sideways and hit it out on this side of your body and follow through, right? This is a backswing, but if you're starting here, as long as your hand isn't going past this hip, that's fine, right? So we want to turn sideways. This is not a backswing, right? This is how we're going to hit our backhand. Okay, so we're going to get everybody turning sideways. Yep.
So when we're turning sideways, are we stepping with our front foot?
Yep. Yeah, it depends. So it depends. Sometimes you do a step back and turn. Well, you're always going to do a step back to turn. Sometimes you'll do a step back and then a step forward to hit the ball. But you want to turn, get your back foot behind you, hit your shot with your weight transferring from here to here. As long as the ball's in front of you. If you're getting pushed back, you may end up hitting one of these. Right? But we're going to try and be nice to our partners, give them good feeds that allow them to move forward, right? This is why it's really important not to overshoot that dot. You'd rather be 3 feet short of the dot than 6 inches past the dot, because your partner is going to get an opportunity to get their weight going in the right direction. Okay? So that's what we're going to work on today, is turning sideways. If at the 15-minute mark, I see that everybody's got that, I may add a second thing. Any questions? All right, let's go do that. All right, pick a partner, any partner, grab a ball, and just start backhand to backhand, turning sideways, aiming for your dot, friendly feed, all that. So that should have been a forehand, Jane. Yeah. Remember to hit to your partner's forehand, the backhand side of your partner's dot to make it easier for them. Oh, dot hit. Hey, okay, she hit a dot. Well, hang on a second. She hit a dot. Stop. She hit a dot, so everybody, that dot is hit, so everybody's going to rotate around that dot. That doesn't matter. You hit a dot. So everybody's going to rotate. Stay there. Yeah, you stay there. Come on over here, Jane. I'm going to be replacing the dots in a second with pylons, so that's why we're doing that. Okay, continue with your new partner. If somebody hits a dot, we change. Give me 1 second, Janice. 1 second. There you go. All right, give me 1 second. Margaret, you guys can keep going.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Okay, while those cones are being picked up now, everybody's going to rotate. So Margaret's going to stay here. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Let's get some cones down here. Boom, boom, boom. Good stuff. Good. 1, 2, 3. that ball broken? That ball might be broken. It's making a funny sound.
I think it's us, but
Either the ball or the board had hit. No, the ball's fine. Ball's fine. There we go. Hey! Okay. While the cones are being picked up, everybody's going to rotate around Margaret. Oops. Missed that by a mile. Oh, she hit a cone. She hit a cone again. Okay, everybody rotate around these cones. That was almost imperceptible. No, you're over here. Everybody rotate. Everybody rotate. Yeah. No, you stay here, Janice. Your cones were hit. You're over here now, Margaret. There we go. Good job. Control it. All right, pause. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so everybody's going to rotate around Gary now. Now I want to talk about what happens when the ball goes wild on us. Sometimes the ball goes wild on us. When it goes wild, don't try to save it. Grab it, stop, reset, and start over again. The reason for that is we want to practice good habits, not bad habits. When the ball goes wild, we start hacking and slashing and chasing bad habits. That's not what we're here to work on. We do work on that stuff, but in a different context. So for these drills, control is everything. So if the ball goes wild, grab it, control it, reset, start the drill over, practice with good habits. So we want to go backhand to backhand. Make sure you're hitting to your partner's backhand. And everybody's working on turning sideways. I like the way you're turning sideways, Gary. Good job turning sideways, Janice. Good hit to the backhand, Jane. Try and keep it a little closer to the cones, though. That was a good sideways turn. Margaret, awesome. Nice and low. Very good. You're getting really close. You're getting the rhythm, Margaret. There it is. Okay, everybody rotate around Janice. Well, Janice is picking up. Everybody's going to rotate. Okay, Jane's a cone monster. All right, everybody rotate around Gary. Hey, Margaret hit cones. All right, everybody rotate around Gary. That one doesn't count because that was a foot fault. There we go. All right, backhand to backhand. Ah, you guys are too good at this. Okay, we're going to switch to our second drill now. So we're going to pull these cones to the center, and we're going to make a 5-cone pile like this, or a 6-cone pile like this. Just like that. If you guys can do a 6 like that. All right, we're going to switch to 1 ball for 4 players now. All right, so this team is aiming at knocking down that team's cones, and that team is aiming at knocking down this team's cones. Doesn't matter to me whether you hit a forehand or a backhand. Try and hit as many backhands as you can, but I don't want you running way out of position just to hit a backhand. And we'll start at this distance. Anybody can serve. Whoever has the ball can serve. And the ball can bounce twice. I'm fine with that. Oh, still going. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get this out of here. Oh, so close. Okay, you guys are doing great. Try and stay away from your cones. I don't want you goaltending. I don't want you protecting your cones. Stay behind them. I'd prefer that you don't go in front of your cones because I don't want you to trip on them. So let the ball bounce twice. Twice is fine. But absolutely no goaltending. Okay? Hey! Okay, now we're going to mix the teams up. So you hit the cones, so everybody's going to rotate around you. So you stay there. Yeah, everybody's going to rotate around you. This will mix up the teams. Yeah, 1 ball. You guys are remembering to turn sideways. That's awesome. Good stuff. All right, so Gary hit the cone, so everybody's going to rotate around Gary while we're resetting. I'll do this. There we go. I might have to make smaller towers. You guys are so good. Oh. Don't hit the cones on the serve, please. Ooh, so close. So close. There it is! Hey. Okay, everybody rotate around Gary while I pick these up. Thank you. Oh, look at that! You guys are too good. So everybody's going to rotate around Jane. We're going to reset these up, but we're going to move them a little further back just to make it a little more challenging. Can you pull that one back to halfway between the red and the white lines? Yep, one of them is falling on top of the other one, so we've only got 5 now. Magic cones, one of them disappears all the time. A little further back now, so stand a little further back. Stay behind your cones, please. Ah, that worked. Okay, everybody rotate around Jane or Janice. Janice, you stay. Yeah. There we go. Awesome. See, you're going to get your steps in too. Oh. Oh yeah, hip cones. Okay, everybody rotate around Jane. Everybody rotate around Jane. That's an easy one. There's no cleanup for this one. Gary got the glue gun out while I wasn't looking. Oh! Oh, so close. Oh, let it. Don't step in front of your cones, Margaret. Oh, so close. Don't step in front of the cones. Stay behind, okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, everybody rotate around Gary. We're going to have to make Gary play left-handed, I think. Good rally, guys. Those balls were all nice and low, too. That was awesome. Oh, yeah! Margaret! Okay, everybody rotate around Margaret. Oh, right over top. Good line. Don't goaltend. Let it hit, Janice. You gotta. Don't step in front of your cones. Whoa, so close. So close. Ah, well done. Very close. Thank you for not goaltending. Ah! Okay, everybody rotate around Jane. You guys are doing great. We're going to play one more game. Next time we knock the cones down, we're going to stop and have a drink, and then we're going to come back and play an actual game, a different kind of game. Good job. This is a nice hard drive. That's okay. It's day one. You'll get there. That's a very nice shot. Good. Let it bounce twice. Don't step in front of your cones, folks. Oh, just missed. Gave that cottage cheese container a shave. We're going to count that because we need to stop and have a drink. So you guys go have a drink. I'll reset these cones and we'll have another chat in the lobby. Oops. Come on. Oh, yeah. I don't get these too far off center. Keep in the middle of the court. Those are way off center. we go. Right.
No, snow off my ankle. Sorry. Yeah, like the brush. Snow brush. Yeah, like
Your name tag's staying on now.
Sorry?
Your name tag's staying on now. Yeah.
Lots of times I hit the net when I'm returning serves in any way, backhand, forehand.
Returning serves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not serve,
It's
just
just
play.
play. Okay, yeah, yeah. So it's usually your paddle angle,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
your paddle angle is important.
Too flat.
Yeah, so you might be too flat.
Okay.
Often it's because you're not bending your knees enough, so you want to get under the ball a little bit,
Yeah.
right? If you're taking the ball in your feet a lot, like you do,
Yes.
you take the ball really close to your body, really
Yeah.
close to your feet, your paddle face is almost always going to be facing a little bit down, right? So to help yourself with that, stay further away from the ball. That gives you more of an opportunity.
Stay away from the ball.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I want to talk about ratings now, right? To get in the right training group or playing group or the right pairs group, at some point you need a rating, right? I don't know. I think some people here have accounts. You want to get so you can get a coach's rating to get into something like a training program, but a coach's rating doesn't get you into rated play programs. Or if you want to play in a tournament, or if you want to play in rated play even here this summer or next fall, rating is becoming more and more important all around the city. So your homework is, if you haven't done it already, go create a free Duper account and create a free pickleball brackets account. That way, in our training group, we can start doing a little bit of some ratings games, right? Like we could finish today, if everybody here had an account, we could finish today with a game that would give you, a competition among the four of you, and you'd come out of it with a game for your rating system. Most of the ratings groups require you to have 25 games. Some of them require you to have 50 games. It can take months to build up those 25 or 50 games.
And doesn't your partner also have to be doing it, or
Yeah, all four of you have to be doing it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that can be hard to do in random play because people don't want to play rating. But within our training groups, everybody's trying to get a rating, so that's what we want to do. No, so you can go to myduper.com. So do you guys want to write this down or you want to put it in your phones? We're going to write it down on a piece of paper or you can put it in your phone.
You know that brings glasses into
Yeah, exactly.
You're not coaching your kids.
Yeah, exactly. So Duper is my, D-U-P-R. Do you want her to write it down for you?
My phone's out there. I'll just put it in when I get out there.
Okay, sure. Okay. So myduper, MYDUPR.com. So you just want to create a free account, use your real name, and then shoot me an email when you've done that. And I will add you to our club on Duper, and you'll accept the invitation, then you'll be in our Duper club.
So, what's your email?
A coach.
It's auto-filling junk. So my Duper,
DUPR.com. Yeah. So
my coach at what? Bracelet?
at Racket Network.
Oh, Racket.
RACQUET.com. Yep.
Okay, so you've lost me. Myduper.com, and then there's another one?
Yeah, so myduper.com is the website, one of the websites.
Okay.
The other one is called pickleballbrackets.com. And if you want, Janice can write down a second piece of paper and just give it to you. So you can
Bracket, like.
Pickleball Brackets, BRACKETS, pickleballbrackets.com. Yeah.
No space.
Yep. Yep. And again, use your real name, and let me know once you've done that, and I will add you to our Pickleball Brackets Club as well. And then within our training groups, since we're all at the same level, we can play and we can start to build up your number of games that you need to be rated. And then you'll have a rating. And your rating might be 2.9, it might be 3.3, whatever your rating is. And remember that your rating is constantly changing. So if I'm a 4.0 player, my rating can be as high as 4.2 or as low as 3.8 in any given week, because it only counts your last 30 games, right?
So what's the difference between brackets and
My duper and duper?
my?
So they're both rating systems. They're both algorithm systems. They're both different businesses. They're slightly different. So the reason you want both is to get into, say, a rated group here in the fall, you might need a 3.0 rating. So your duper might be really low, and your pickleball brackets might be a little bit higher. You just need to give us one of the two, right? If you enter a tournament, you will get a third rating, which is your Canadian, it's on pickleball brackets, it's your Canadian tournament rating. That might be a third different number. So I have 4 ratings. They're all kind of all over the place. If I need to get into a program with a 4.0 rating, I just use the one that has the 4.0 at the time. Or if I have 3 of the 4.4, whatever, right? So that's the reason you have multiple ratings, is it opens doors for you. And more around the city, getting into programs requires ratings. So you're going to want a rating, right? And a rating just gives. So some, like if you want to get into a tournament, they're only going to look at your tournament rating. But for clubs, as long as you have a rating over whatever their level is, most of them are happy, right? You can get into some programs on a coach's rating, but in most cases, the coach's rating is temporary. You're expected to go out and earn a rating within the next 90 days. And like I say, 25 to 50 games can take a few months, right? It takes some people 5-6 months to get to. So if we can help you start getting some games in, you'll have a foundation. And then this summer when you get to play, you'll be able to do some more of it. Any questions about that? Okay.
So when you put the information in, you ask what the rating is, and you have to answer that too?
Oh, so we're going to actually be doing ratings games, so I'll teach you all that when we come to it. But basically, you just report these 4 players. As long as they're all members of the same club and they're all in the rating system, you just pick their names and report your score, and the algorithm does all the rest. So, yep. That's why we wear name tags. Can you write down an extra version of that for Margaret before we go home?
Already. So you did? Like a small B on brackets with an S,
Yep,
right?
brackets. B-R-A-C-K. It doesn't matter. It'll change it. All right, let's go in the room and play a game now. If you guys all have your accounts set up by next week, we can play. We get our first rated game in next week. I'm going to pair Margaret and Gary up for the first game. Margaret and Gary, you guys are going to be partners. And we'll have Team Black, Team Jan, against Team Marguerite. All right, so you're trying to knock down their 2 cones. They're trying to knock down your 2 cones, right? So once a set of cones gets knocked down, we stack up the cones and just put it on the sideline, and then there's only one left. The team that knocks down the other team's first 2 cones, or cones first, wins. Does that make sense? You can serve, Margaret. Do not aim for the cones on the serve. If it hits the cones on the serve, it doesn't count. Only on a ground stroke. No, you can play. We're doing it inside the court. Yeah, there we go. Just like you were doing before. Okay, anybody can serve. There you go. Yeah, good. It's a little bit. Awesome. They'll get there. They'll get a rhythm going. Hey, there's the first one. Okay, so we're going to remove these cones. I'll take it. Okay, now, there's only one set of cones here, so you guys are going to have to keep rotating after every point. Otherwise, one person's going to be getting all the balls. All right, so just keep moving around, keep rotating. Very close. Almost a score there, Margaret. I'm just going to go to the washroom. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. We're going to call it a cone fault if you go in front of your cones. Very close. Oh, so close. Well, let it bounce twice. Don't go in front of your cones. Let it bounce twice. So please don't go in front of your cones. Don't be afraid to let the ball bounce twice. Twice is fine in this context. Oh, so close. That was very close, Jane. Don't go in front of your cones, Janice. Let it bounce twice. There it is. Hey, 1-1. 1-1. You guys are going to have to remember to keep changing. Remember to keep changing. There it is! We're going to win. Team Black Jan wins. All right, so you guys are going to split now. So split and grab another partner from the other side of the net. We're going to play the same game. You guys are all warmed up on this now. You know, you understand not to go in front of your cones now, right? There it is. Very nice backhand before that shot, too. Before that, there was an excellent backhand. I'll take that, Margaret. I got it. Thank you. All right, remember to keep rotating, you two. Janice and Margaret, keep rotating so that one person doesn't get all the balls. Let's try. Oh, very close. Don't step in front of your cones, Margaret. Stay behind your cones. Very close. Everybody's remembering to turn sideways, right? Awesome. Oh, so close. All right, don't forget to keep rotating, you two. Very nice sideways turn, Janice. Oh, Margaret, that was so close. That was twice. That's good. Nice side turning, Margaret. You were turning sideways. Awesome. There it is. There's one. Thank you.
Good.
How can I help you?
I'm ready for you guys to pick up today.
Yes. Are you registered in a class?
Yeah.
Your class starts at.
I thought it said 9.
No. What class were you in? 101.
Yes.
Then 101 starts at 10:30, I think.
Oh, I thought 9.
No, let me double check. I can't. Let me see.
9 to 10:30. That's the wrong day.
That's the wrong day. There
That's
you
what
go.
I'm looking at.
Yeah.
10:30. Okay.
Yeah, you're okay.
That's why I meant awful early.
Yeah, an hour and a half early. Grab a coffee. There's a Tim's right over here in Braeside if you want. Or you can just hang out in the building for an hour and a half if you want.
Oh, you guys are playing?
I'm just finishing a class, then I have another class coming
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
misread it.
in. Yeah, no worries.
Oh, well.
Do you want to hang out here or do you want to go to
If you
Tim's?
don't mind,
Yeah, I don't mind. There's a chair right there. You can hang out there. Yeah. Good. I had a customer come in, so thank you. Who won? Okay. There it is! Yeah! First one! You just slide it right up there. Yeah, there we go. I got to keep an eye on the door here, so. Doesn't count on the serve. Doesn't count on the serve. Oh yeah, pickleball sells out months in advance. Ah, there it is. There's a winner. Winner, winner. Or not a winner, a point. Remember to keep rotating, please. Remember to keep rotating so that you're not one person's getting all the balls. Oh, so close, Margaret. There it is! Yeah! Okay, mix the teams up. We have probably time for one more game. Yeah, we'll do one more. We want to be just off of center. Yeah, that's a little far. Yeah. I want to keep the ball kind of in the center of the court. Good work. I'm just going to move it a little closer to the center. There we go. I think everybody's played with everybody, so. Ooh, going for a power drive. Where's my 9 o'clocks? Nobody here yet. I have a 10:30 who's an hour and a half early, but my 9s aren't here yet. Oh, so close. Oh, yeah! Jane's a cone monster. Oh, that's, you guys need the ball, don't you? There you go, Margaret. Oh, so close. Remember to keep rotating. Oh, so close. to you.
Yeah, I tried to go like this.
And was like, oh no, I'm just like,
Well, you know what? I didn't know we could come earlier. Now I'm like, okay, they're not moving very fast.
You guys can start on the other side, Michael. Okay, this is going to have to be our last point. Or whatever happens, this is the end. This is it. This is championship point. So close. Oh, close again. And again. Ah, there it is. Okay, let's pick up all the cones. Gary, I need to get your punch card before you go. Before you go, just hang on. We're going to have a little chat first. All right, I'll take all the cones, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so today was about drives. Today we worked on our backhand drive specifically. The one thing I tried to get everybody to do was to turn sideways. Of course, there's varying degrees of success. People are still working on it. It's a work in progress. But that should help you be a little more consistent on your backhand if you're able to turn sideways. When the next time we do drives, if during the assessment period I see you're not turning sideways, we may work on that with you again. But if the next time I assess you, you're remembering to turn sideways, I will pick something else to work on. Okay? Your homework is to get your Duper account and your Pickleball Brackets account set up, and then to email me and let me know that you've done that. Okay? Any questions about what we did today?
Oh, it's great.
You guys have fun? That's good. Awesome. Great. Well, I will see you all Monday if you're coming Monday. If not, I'll see you next Saturday.
Are you full this Sunday?
I don't think it's full. You have to look online though. Oh, well, you can take a look, and yeah, and if you want to come, you're more than welcome to.
Hey, how's it going? Not too bad. Good. Which one?
I punched you already. Punched you both.
Oh,
Oh,
it's supposed to be two
wait,
now.
it is two. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay, shouldn't be saying anything.
It is two.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm in the habit of having done one. All right, then I got to get Margaret's again because I underpunched Margaret. Oh, did I only punch one? There we go.
Habits are hard to break.
Margaret, I need to get your card again because I only punched once today. I forgot. It went up to two effective yesterday. Oh, Neil. I'm doing well. Thank you, Margaret.
Oh, you're in trouble this morning,
I am.
Well, probably not.
My wife coming or what?
I'm going to send you to it.
Morning. How you doing?
oh, good morning. How are you?
I'm well doing. I'm doing well, Coach Ungala. Very nice to see you, Coach Ungala. Very formal. We're at work. We have to be professional at work. Yeah. She's learning. She's learning.